Hello, everybody. Okay, so I wrote this speech for, my speech class, and it's an informative speech, and I decided to choose my transition as the thing I'm informing people about, because it's a big part of my life. I don't keep secrets from anybody. I'm okay being ID'd as trans right now because I'm actually okay with it. I don't feel threatened by anybody. I don't feel like anybody's going to hurt me. And by me communicating with people that I'm trans and I prefer male pronouns, the more people actually, that increases the number of people that might actually, respect my wishes and call me leuq and refer to me as he and him and his. So, here's my speech. And I'm actually might even email this to my parents, and hopefully this will help with how they're dealing with my transition. The cat is chasing her tail in the bathtub. Anyway, that was fun and exciting. Okay, so all my life I have felt different. I wasn't sure how or in what ways I was different. I just knew in the heart of me, deep within my soul, I wasn't like you. I tried many, you guys obviously, because the people, you get the point. Anyway, I tried many things to fix the mystery difference within me. Doing things to fit in with my peers, trying to follow with the in crowd, acting and dressing like the cool kids. And I always was falling flat on my ass. Eventually, I tried to stifle these feelings of being different by using drugs and alcohol, only to create more problems as a result. That's what brought me to Narcotics Anonymous. That's where I found the steps. The fourth step states that we made a searching and fearless moral inventory of ourselves. Basically, I had to look at myself and not lie about what I saw. I was not allowed to be too nice or too hard on myself. I had to look at me and my part in my life and my interactions, and only that. When I was finished with my inventory, my sponsor was kind enough to point out some reoccurring themes she had noticed. Most, if not all, of my answers to various questions revolved around a fear of rejection. I was overly hard on myself, possibly due to my inability to accept myself. And my inability to accept myself was shrouded in mystery. My sponsor asked me, "What is this big secret that no one is allowed to know?" Within 2 seconds in reality, and in my lifetime in my head, I took a deep breath and used the only word I knew how to use at the time. I'm gay. At which point this wonderful woman looked at me and said, "Cool." Once I was able to know what I was, I needed to learn the words to be able to describe it to others. Having not grown up in a community sympathetic to alternative sexualities, I was ill-equipped to explain the feelings inside of me fully to others. I didn't have the words for what I was other than gay. I didn't identify with the word lesbian. I didn't attach any negative feelings to the word. I just felt that it wasn't able to describe me. I decided to take my life into my own hands and seek out knowledge. I reached out to the gay community and started to ask questions. If I'm gay, and I'm a female, am I a lesbian? If I'm attracted to girls, and not lesbians, am I just a confused straight person? I began to seek likeness. I gravitated towards those individuals that I saw acted and behaved in ways that reflected how I felt on the inside. I eventually learned about the trans community. Once there, I felt at ease. I was among my kind, my kindred spirits. I was home. I continued my research to make sure that I was in the right place. I went to support groups within the community to try it on. I found that not only did I have something in common with these individuals, they had something in common with me. We all were not exactly how we felt we should be, and we had all made the decision to do something about it. In my research about the process of transitioning from female to male, I learned that I have options. I can take hormones to give myself secondary sexual characteristics, or not. If I opt to not take hormones, I can learn to speak with a deeper voice to appear more male. And if I do take hormones, I would develop a deeper voice naturally. I would also develop facial and bodily hair, male pattern baldness in later years of life, and the fat on my body would be redistributed in a manner that would be more like a cis male. I could opt to have surgeries to make myself appear more male in appearance. Or not. I could opt to have top surgery, to have my breasts removed for a more masculine chest. And if I wished to, I could undergo bottom surgery to give myself male genitalia. But I can only make choices at this point. I can't act upon any of them until I see a therapist. And that's because before any doctor will give any human any hormones or any surgeries of any kind towards sexual reassignment, first they need to see a therapist. And that therapist needs to present them with a letter addressed to the physician stating that the individual in question is of sound mind and body and able to make and is fully aware of the consequences of sexual reassignment therapy. Two ways to go about this. The first one is the World Professional Association of Transgender Health, also known as the WPATH, which states that an individual with gender nonconformity or gender dysphoria should live as the opposite sex without hormones or surgeries for 1 to 2 years before they should seek help from a mental health specialist for a minimum of 3 months before they would be deemed of sound-minded body and given a letter to give to their healthcare professional to receive their first treatment of hormone replacement therapy. Now, the second, the Informed Consent to Access Trans Health, or ICATH, believes that if a person is seeking reassignment, they're already of sound mind and body and should not be denied reassignment because of a third party's interpretations of their innermost feelings. I found a therapist that goes with the latter. My physician is going to be my guide into the next phase of my life. This is the person I will be talking to about the physical changes I will be experiencing. He will be my sounding board for all of the embarrassing things that I will experience in the next year or two, and beyond that. My therapist is going to be my buddy and my confidant. These are the people that I will be revealing all of my self to over the course of my transition. I have to trust them. I have to trust that they are not going to judge me or reject me, for I can't afford to keep any secrets. I owe this to myself, to be honest with these men, for they will be my guides into the new me. I have added a step into the process of transition that not all people do. For whatever reason, fear of rejection, they just don't want to go there, whatever. But I value my family, and I want them to be a part of my life. And I understand that it's difficult for them to accept this new stage of my life because in order to accept a son, they need to let go of a daughter. I need to remind myself not to take anything personal in regards to their reaction to my transition. It's not about them. It's about me. I really don't know what will happen next. I know what others have experienced with their transition, but I haven't taken my first shot yet. I'm eager to see where I will go from here. I know the pros and the cons of hormone replacement therapy, and I'm not afraid. Not in the least bit. My new life awaits me. I'll always be me. Now, I just get to be more of me. So that's my speech. I'm going to send it to my parents, well, after my sponsor and my trans mentor read it and give me the okay. I'm going to send it off to my parents, and then once they read it, I'm going to call them and say, listen, I've made the decision. I want you to be a part of my life. And on this day, at this time, I'm getting my first injection. I would like to be able to Skype you guys from my phone and have you there for this. You were there when I was born. I'd like you to be there.